Yo, so this dev note is crazy. They basically break down all these new things that are coming to the game, all these new rewards, all these new game modes, all these content improvements, and then they talk about the game moving forward. They apologize for mistakes they've made, and oh wait, hold up, this is not Marvel Future Fight. Oh, this is Seven Deadly Sins Grand Cross. Oh, my bad. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. It's Cynicalex, and today I want to talk about the state of the game, the boycott, Black Friday, and I did that little bit at the beginning, that little intro about another game, because I wanted to show you guys. We talk about the grass is always greener on the other side. It's really not the other side. It's literally just maybe a couple of departments down. Right, maybe the Marvel Future Fight team works on the 3rd floor and the Seven Deadly Sins Grand Cross team works on the 4th floor. It could be literally that close, and somehow these games are on polar opposite ends of the spectrum. Now, there are obviously some differences between the two games that may never be bridged. The gap may never be bridged, because Seven Deadly Sins Grand Cross has been making way more money than I think MFF ever made. But once upon a time, MFF was a brand new game and people were spending money like crazy in it. Like crazy. We had a fiasco back in the day about Captain Marvel's Secret Wars uniform, because it was almost impossible, even if you were spending money, even if you were spending thousands of dollars, it was almost impossible to get this uniform. So Marvel Future Fight had their fair share of rip-offs. This is not the first time they try to rip us off, right? This is like the 3rd or the 4th time or the 5th time or whatever. But there was once upon a time they were making like mad stacks. Maybe they're not making mad stacks anymore. It's a 5-year-old game going on 6 years. It's sort of, it's getting a bit old. But we never had dev notes. We never had engagement like this, and care. Honestly, the way that I feel playing Seven Deadly Sins Grand Cross, I genuinely feel, and I'm not making this up, whatever. I'm not saying this for clicks or whatever. I genuinely feel like they care about the players. Yeah, you have to. Yeah, if you want to own every character in that game, if you want to collect them all, you got to spend a lot of money. Absolutely, that's true. But at least I feel like they care. Whereas in this game, I feel like they actively don't care. They're actively trying to remind us that they don't care about us, that they just want our money. There's a completely different feeling, right? Both companies want your money. That's at the end of the day, they're a business. They both want your money. One game reminds you constantly, we just want your money. We just want your money as fast as possible and as much of your money as possible. Okay? These game mode changes that we're making, these little superfluous little tweaks, this is just, illusions and tricks and foolery to get your money, to get you to part with your money faster. And then the other game is like, listen, we know we're asking you to spend a lot of money, but in return, we're going to try really hard to make this game as fun as possible. We're going to give you guys a ton of rewards, and in return, all we're hoping is that you will spend money in this game. And that second team, that second idea, that second value system feels so much better, right? I don't feel like my money is being wasted, and I don't have this weird feeling. There's one good update and then there's one bad update, and then there's one good update and there's one bad update, and you keep flip-flopping. Anyways, so Black Friday is coming up. Sorry, we're just gonna go to the next topic here, because otherwise I'm gonna keep ranting about this, because it's frustrating. It is really frustrating, because I know that Marvel Future Fight could be better. Listen, all you guys gotta do is have a little powwow, get together, have lunch, okay? Have a little Korean lunch with the Seven Deadly Sins Grand Cross team, and just talk to them and just understand how their game is so successful. You guys work at the same company. You should be doing this in the first place. They should be your model employees that you guys look up to. Anywho, Black Friday is coming up. It's about a week away. That's why I wanted to make this video about a week in advance. It's actually less than a week. Okay. Black Friday is technically 8 days away. It's more than a week away. However, they're going to start announcing the Black Friday deals probably on Wednesday, maybe Thursday, so the 25th or the 26th. They're going to announce it 1 or 2 days ahead of time. They're going to post stuff on the forums. They're going to make a whole big fuss out of it. Marvel Future Fight doesn't post stuff about the game. They don't post stuff about reworks. They don't post stuff about rebalancing and about boycotts and about community issues. They like to save their energy and their time to post about sales, where we're supposed to spend money. That's where all of their time goes, is to pushing the sales. So yeah, they're gonna push lots of sales on us. They're just to prepare you. Okay, there's gonna be sales for tier 3 tickets, and when I say sales, I don't mean for free. I mean you have to spend real money. So I know we're boycotting, and you might be thinking to yourself, why is Alex talking about all these sales if we're boycotting? I'm just trying to prepare you guys, because I know some of you have been holding out for a long time and you really want to spend money. I'm just saying, you know, if you're trying to hang on and you're trying to be strong, this is what you're gonna see. You're gonna see tier 3 ticket sales. You're gonna see awakening character selector sales. You're going to see, this is probably one of the toughest ones, you're gonna see danger room pack sales. Now the danger room pack sales, I'm assuming based on the data mines and stuff, for Rachel Summers, Negasonic Teenage Warhead, Professor X, and Abomination, those are probably going to be sold for crystals. So personally, I don't have a problem with you spending crystals on Black Friday. You saved up your crystals, you bought your crystals before Marvel Future Fight already got their money. You know, there's no way to get that money back. There's no way to, you know, there's nothing you can do with those crystals now except spend them. They're not, I mean, they are tracking crystal spending, but it's not as important, as it's way less important than actual money spending, because it's not like, you know, when you spend crystals but you don't spend money, it shows up differently, right? So crystal, if crystal spending goes up on Black Friday but the actual money spending barely goes up, that's going to be a huge sign for the boycott. Now for the boycott, I'm genuinely hoping that we do not get to Black Friday. We're playing an advanced game of chicken with a multi-billion, with a development branch of a multi-billion-dollar company, and we are just players around the world who have collectively gotten together and decided that we're not going to take any more. We could, by the way, I haven't said this in a video, but we could just accept the system for what it is. We could, and we could ignore the system and let it be in the game and let a certain number of players take advantage of it, right? And then we could slowly try it ourselves, as, you know, maybe 10 years from now when they increase the CTP drops and the card drops. But that's not the point, right? If we accept this now, they're just going to come out with crazier and crazier stuff sooner and faster and more aggressively. So you have to put your foot down when they try to ramp it up. And they really have tried to ramp it up insanely. You know, some of these, we haven't talked about the CTPs much at all, but some of these mighty CTPs, or these what do you call them, radiant CTPs of energy or regeneration or whatever it is, they do some pretty wacky stuff. Like I can't show you guys here, but if you reforge, and by the way, they still have not fixed this. Like I honestly wonder, is there anyone working on this game? Honestly, is there anyone who actually works on this game, or is it just a bunch of marketing clowns? Look at this. The text is bleeding out underneath the button. This looks like a game that was made by like Zegna. This looks like a Facebook game. This doesn't look like a Marvel game. What is this, guys? You guys are so embarrassing. The quality of this game in some ways is so bad because you guys just care about money. It's disgusting. So anyways, the reforge, when you make this crap into a reforged CTP, you can give it something called cancel. And cancel is this bar at the bottom that builds up as you take damage, and then once the bar reaches 100%, you automatically interrupt the enemy's next attack. Yeah. And the interruption chance goes from about 20 or 30%, I believe, all the way up to 90% if you can roll a perfect reforged CTP, a radiant CTP of regeneration. So what does that mean? That means that your character, once they take enough damage, as long as they have enough HP, they will have a 90% chance to just automatically interrupt the enemy. They don't have to do a skill, by the way. They could be taking damage. You could be taking damage from Jean Grey's 5th skill, and then you just automatically interrupt it. That's a really powerful effect. That's a really, really powerful effect, especially for characters like Silver Surfer, Thanos, Hulk, who have very high defenses and very high HP. That would be a really helpful feature to try to counter some of the bullshit in Marvel Future Fight's PvP system. But it's not accessible to the majority of players because you have to sacrifice CTPs, right? Okay, so yeah, blows my mind that we have to remind the devs that that's a thing. But yeah. So anyways, my whole spiel, the whole reason for the video is you're gonna see a lot of wacky sales. You're gonna see a lot of crazy, juicy, valuable sales on Black Friday, and they basically present an opportunity for you to get ahead. They present an opportunity for you to get ahead in your roster development. They represent an opportunity for you to get ahead compared to other players that you're playing with, competing with, to get a jump start on them. And that's how mobile games work, right? You play it for free. It's a free game. And then if you want to get ahead of other players and you have that competitive spirit or whatever, you can spend money to do so. And that's, you know, I don't want to argue about the ethics of or whatever. I don't want to argue about the, you know, the state of mobile games at large, but we're in a boycott and we're trying to express, you know, we're trying to get across this message that these systems are way too expensive and they're just completely prohibitive. And if a small percentage of players have access to these systems, they're so broken and so powerful that they're going to ruin the experience for everyone else, right? They'll just be the top players in PvP will just be literally untouchable. It's not a matter of you have a chance. You don't have a chance. Even if you're fighting against their AI, if you can't do enough damage to them to kill them in time, they're just going to immediately interrupt you and then clap back. And when they clap back, they're clapping back with crafted cards. So instead of having, you know, 80% all attack, they have 150%. They have double. Instead of having 22% HP, they've got 100% HP. So you're not going to kill them. And then on top of that, they're just going to stall and then kill you. So you're literally fighting gods, right? So be strong. That's the message, right? Be strong. Hang in there. Okay, hopefully they don't want to play chicken with us into Black Friday. Listen, Marvel Future Fight. If you guys are listening, if anyone who works at the game is listening, we don't want the boycott. I'm speaking for all players right now. I very rarely do this anymore because I don't want to, but I want to speak for all players, or for most players, I should say, right now. Nobody wants the boycott. Very few, even my cat, very few players want the boycott to actually last until Black Friday, okay? We just want you guys to listen to us. Please listen to us. And please change these systems. If you change these systems before Black Friday, if you change them to the way that they're supposed to be, and if you increase crystal rewards and premium and mythic card rewards for players, then we will spend. We will spend a lot of money. I promise you. This is my promise. I will delete my channel if I'm wrong, because I will personally be spending a lot of money if that's the case. And I know there's a lot of players who also want to spend a lot of money, but they can't or they won't because of the boycott and because of how greedy you're trying to be coming up to Black Friday. We're not even at Black Friday yet, and you guys already tried to be super greedy like almost a month ago. So all you guys got to do, it's very simple. You already took the premium cards out of this crafting system for upgrading the cards. You realized that was way too expensive. So now you have to take it a step further. You have to take out the premium cards from re-rolling the crafted stats. Then you have to take it a step further and you have to take out the crystal cost from re-rolling the premium cards stats, the premium card crafted stats, and locking the stats, okay? You're almost, once you do those two steps, you're almost there. The last thing you need to do, there's only one more thing you need to do, okay? You need to take out the CTP cost from these reforged CTPs. It should not. Oh, now the text is changed. I was making fun of them for no reason. What's going on? Now the text changed. Okay, weird. You got to take out the CTP cost. If you're not going to take out the CTP cost, then you have to give us way more crystals and way more free CTPs. We only get one CTP every like what, 40 days? We only get this check-in event every like 40 days. There's just no way. And it's not like you get the CTP that you want. So if I keep pulling patience and judgment, what am I supposed to do with that? And what if I keep getting the egg? What am I supposed to do with the egg? I can never reforge this CTP if I keep getting the egg, right? So take the CTP cost out. Why don't you make us use like 10 extreme obelisks or whatever? Like, there's so many ways you could do it. Anywho, listen, guys, come on. Marvel Future Fight, please. We don't want the boycott to listen. We don't want the boycott to last till Black Friday, but if the boycott lasts until Black Friday, we're not going to spend. I know some of you guys are going to spend, and that's okay, but the majority of you are not going to spend. I'm not going to spend. Most content creators are not going to spend. You guys are going to lose so much money. It's sad. And it's going to make you guys look even worse, and it's going to put the game in an even worse position. So do yourselves a favor and do, like, it's literally a win-win. You guys are going to make more money, and we're going to be happier with the game. It's a win-win. So just do the win-win and stop being so blatantly greedy. You know, if you're going to be greedy, then you have to put way more work into the game. It doesn't work like that. You can't be greedy and not work on the game. It just does not work like that. What do you think? You think a couple of uniforms and a couple of reworks and you can suddenly ask us for thousands of dollars? You think that's the equation? Oh yeah, we reworked like a dozen characters. Give us $1,000. Oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense. No, it doesn't. You gotta work way harder if you want our money, and that's just the truth. So yeah, wanted to give you guys that update. It was mostly a rant video, but I wanted to sort of, you know, prime you guys for Black Friday, get you guys ready, warn you guys, and also, you know, sort of talk about why I don't want, and I don't think it's a good idea if the boycott lasts until Black Friday, but if it has to, it will, right? But I hope that they realize the error of their ways and they see that their, you know, their spending is dropping, and it has dropped, and has been dropping, and has stayed low. And hopefully they come to their senses about the new systems and they fix them. So yeah, hit me up in the comments down below. Let me know what you think. I'm personally a little bit nervous, but we'll be okay. We were okay 3 years ago. We'll be okay again. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.